on today's show.
What is wrong with the Houston Rockets, and are the Pelicans' playoff chances already toast?
New do. We grade players' new haircuts. And with Hito retiring, we look back at Turk's top 5 moments.
And get your flashlights out. Things get awfully dark in Weekend Whoopsies.
It's Monday, November 16th. The Starters starts now.
Good evening, Sweet World! Welcome to The Starters. Whether you're listening to the podcast or catching us live on NBA TV or watching a little bit later on YouTube, happy to have you. I'm J.E. Skeets. Alongside me, as always, Tess Mellis.
It's the 21st day of the NBA season. Go out and play some 21.
To his right, it's the international man of mystery, Lee Ellis.
Friends.
Lele.
And last, certainly not least, it's the big guy in the middle. Starters blog editor, Trey Kirby.
Hey, yo!
TK, what's up?
I'm here at the internet looking for your best tweets at #TheStarters, and you gotta have a squiz at what the Grizzlies are wearing tonight. They're gonna be playing as the Memphis Sounds, an ABA team that was partially owned by Isaac Hayes. Not a joke. It's gonna be 70s night at the Grindhouse, and we're talking afros, we're talking funk music. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of polyester around. And fun fact, Vince Carter actually played for the Memphis Sounds way back in 1975.
come on, man.
It's gonna feel right at home tonight. But if you're watching at home, tweet at us, use #TheStarters. We'll have something fun for you to do a bit later.
All right, those are nice.
Yeah, they are.
I like the look of those.
Poor
All
Vince.
right.
I don't even know if he's going to get a jersey. He doesn't play anymore.
Okay, we got a lot for you to do actually at home. #TheStarters. We're playing fill in the blank. We usually do that here on Monday, so play along at home with your answers. First one's pretty simple. The Rockets had a pretty brutal weekend. They lost to Denver and Dallas. This is, of course, coming after they lost on Wednesday to the Brooklyn Nets. That's the only W for the Nets. So they're on a 3-game slide here. Try and break this down for me. Fill in the blank. The Rockets' biggest problem is what?
Well, it's not a strategy, a scheme, or a decision by the coaches. They're just not ready to play. Coming out of the gate, you saw it on Saturday against the Dallas Mavericks. They're not ready. This is the first quarter we're watching a very depleted Dallas Mavericks team. This is Raymond Felton taking Ty Lawson off the bounce and just going right by him, and then there is nothing, no resistance at the rim. I mean, we're talking about a team that they destroyed in the first round of the playoffs in the Dallas Mavericks last year. They took them to town, and that Dallas Mavericks team right now doesn't look like anything like that. Darren Williams, Raymond Felton, rookie Justin Anderson, Charlie Villanueva, Zaza Pachulia were the starting 5 against that Houston Rockets team, and they destroyed them. They have the 29th ranked defense. And again, it's not about scheme or about anything that Kevin McHale can do. It's just about not being ready to play. Yeah, the Rockets have some injuries, but you look at that team they faced Saturday, they weren't ready to play whatsoever.
You pointed out right there, guys walking into the paint and scoring. They are last in the league at giving up points in the paint right now at 50 a game. They give up the third worst second chance points as well. So basically, if you're getting a shot against the Rockets and you miss it, you get a chance to put it back up and in again from somewhere in the paint.
Yeah, Matt Moore at CBS looked at the Rockets' sort of defensive hustle stats, if you want to call them that. You already brought up one, Lee. They're 28th in opponent's second chance points, 28th in defensive rebound percentage, 25th in the number of opponent field goal attempts in the restricted area, and 29th in defensive field goal percentage at the rim. That's all hustle type stats. There's no consistent effort from this team, but they're a weird squad. They started the season with all those blowout losses. Then they got some nice quality wins, Thunder and Clippers in there, and now they're back on this slide.
The Rockets TV announcers were hilarious on Saturday against the Mavs. Within 2.5 minutes, their announcers say, well, everybody gets hot against the Rockets, against their own team. They know that you walk into that building, you can score.
Yeah, that's true. And this was a team, top 7, top 6 in defense last year.
Yeah.
I mean, you think of the Rockets, you think, Morey ball, run and gun, up and down, go through Harden, 3-point shot after 3-point shot. But they were good defensively.
When Beverly gets back, he's got to start.
And
I know it's not even a scheme the way they're getting killed, but he's got to start.
You think so over Ty Lawson instead of having Lawson
just
and
get
Harden
back to what they used to do.
And look, you said it. It's no excuse, especially against that depleted Mavs team. But Dwight Howard is huge to this team, and he's not playing in a lot of these back-to-backs. But
even when he's been there, though, like these numbers aren't blowing out that much.
That's right. All right, let's keep it going. Lots to fill in here. Again, play at home. Next one, Kevin Garnett's 50,000 minutes played milestone is what? Because he created history yesterday, becoming only the 5th player to reach that 50K regular season minutes played. That just makes me tired thinking about it and saying it. So fill in the blank, Lee. You see him pass Elvin Hayes there for 4th on the all-time list. What word do you attach to this?
Incredible, really, that his body has been able to hold up that well for that long, because some guys we know, they take games off. Kevin Garnett doesn't take a playoff He doesn't play the same amount of minutes as he used to in his prime, but when he's on the court, he's just as intense as he's ever been. He has also adapted his game. Of course, he's not the star player anymore, but he still fills an important role for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and he makes sure those young guys coming through, the Karl Anthony Towns, the Andrew Wiggins, they understand what it takes to still be relevant in the league 20 years after your first game.
20 years,
yeah. So, I mean, Kevin Garnett's really only had that one major injury back in 2009 when he injured his knee in the Celtics repeat season. Other than that, he has missed games, but he's shown that how you can bounce back from that. He's been an all-star after that, and he's still a player that has to be respected on the court. So I think it's a great credit to him how well he's prepared himself and taken care of his body.
Yeah,
This milestone is just underappreciated. People don't care for these long-lasting achievements anymore.
So,
no,
right?
It's not called longevity-gram or endurance-gram. It's called Instagram. They want something right away. This is it's too long an accomplishment. But really, you look at it, he's fourth. This kid.
He's going to be third,
yeah,
right?
He's going to pass
kid.
Kareem. He's going to be behind Kareem and Karl Malone.
Exactly. He'll definitely be. He came out of high school.
Yeah.
20 years ago, this kid out of Chicago, no one would have thought that we got to this many minutes. I mean, the body type was it was unprecedented.
Yeah.
He was just a new type of player, so no one thought that he'd get to this feat. It's incredible.
It's incredible. That's what Lee said. Good. Glad you guys agree. All right, next one here. Another horrible weekend for the New Orleans Pelicans. They're now 1-9. They picked up some more losses. They got killed by the Raptors earlier in the weekend. Sunday, they fell to the Knicks in the dreaded Madison Square Garden matinee. Too much nightlife in New York. I know these teams were going out. It wasn't a great game. But they've lost 3 in a row now by a combined 35 points. I said they're 1-9. Fill in the blank. I'm sorry to start doing this here in mid-November, but it seems fair in a way. The Pelicans' playoff chances are what?
They're toast.
You think they're done?
It's too bad they don't play in Texas because they'd be called Texas toast.
Oh.
I think they're at 1-10. They had the 22nd worst defense last year. Now they have the worst defense. And that's because they're banged up. They're injured. Omer Asik isn't playing much. He played 12 minutes and 50 seconds on Sunday. We knew that they were bad with one of Asik or Davis on the floor. You say Asik's playing. Well, he's not playing a lot because he's not ready after coming off those 2 off-season injuries. Drew Holiday's on a minutes restriction. Tyreek Evans isn't back for several weeks. Even when he gets back, Omer Asik shows, you get back, it doesn't mean you're healthy. They're so depleted. You look at their minutes played, 4th on their list is Ish Smith, 5th is Dante Cunningham, 6th is Alonzo G, 7th is Luke Babbitt, and even the 1 and 2 spot, Anthony Davis and Ryan Anderson, those guys have been banged up. So they just don't have the depth. They don't have the guys. No disrespect to those guys, but they're just not deep enough.
You look at last year, through about 10 games, 14 of the 16 playoff spots were decided. So 10 games seems like an early time to start looking at it, but in the Western Conference, you have to start winning immediately. It's hard to make up a lot of ground.
Rob Mahoney on SO.com had a good post today. You point out good things about their injuries, but they're also kind of giving up sometimes halfway through a possession, which is not good enough. And, we know Anthony Davis hasn't really lived up to the expectations so far, and maybe it's because he's trying to shoulder the load at both ends of the floor. But sometimes you just have to start with your big center, and he has to set the tone.
This is the only team worse right now than the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
Defensively, I'm talking about allowing 108.9 points allowed per 100 possessions. And that's atrocious type numbers right there.
Yeah, I mean, they're giving up far too many easy baskets. That's the problem. If guys are going to get hot and shoot 3-pointers, there's not a lot you can do about that, but you can at least prevent guys coming into the lane and just getting any shot they want.
They got to play 6-11 basketball to get back to 45 wins. It's going to be so tough. And it's going to be several. They're not ready to be good right now. They just have too many injuries. Again, they're a top-heavy team. I don't blame Alvin Gentry at all.
No.
He just needed some time to get guys developed to his system, but they haven't had time or the bodies.
Final one here. We had a vintage moment on Friday between the Mavs and the Lakers. Dirk got posted up on Kobe because of a defensive switch. Dirk gave him the head fake like he was going to fade away. Then he goes under. Smiles and laughs shared by both of them. So what would Dirk and Kobe's buddy cop comedy be called, Pat?
Well, they're older. It's time to ride off into the sunset, so it's going to be called Fade Away, The Adventure of Dirk and Moms, not Mamba, Moms. It's cooler to say it that way.
Yeah.
And Fade Away, obviously, they're older. They also like the Fade Away as their preferred method of shooting. I think it works.
Okay,
Nice.
Fade Away is good. Maybe the people can do better. That's why we got TK on the internet over there. Tweet at us, #TheStarters. What would you call a hypothetical, hopefully it happens, Dirk and Kobe buddy cop comedy? Let us know. Trey will round up the best answers. We got lots more still to come, including Trey with the haircut upgrade index.
Oh yeah!
Sounds scientific. Hashtag the starters before the break, we asked you, hey, what would you call a hypothetical Dirk and Kobe buddy cop comedy? You guys let us know on Twitter, hashtag the starters. Trey's got a few of the best answers.
Yeah, really good answers. Nafon Clover says, a year before retirement. What a zinger. Guillermo Pereira says, blonde cop and bad cop. I like that one.
not
And
bad.
my favorite comes from Dusty Shekels, who says, Kobe and the Kaiser.
All right.
Not bad.
Nice.
Keep them coming. Potential Dirk Kobe buddy cop comedies. Hashtag the starters. All right. There's always changes to the start of a new season. Hairstyles, no exception. But here's the thing. Change doesn't necessarily mean it's better, which is why it's time for Trey Kirby's Haircut Upgrade Index. TK, what does that mean?
Well, as you can see, I'm here at a gigantic graph, and we're going to be showing you some players that have new dues this year. You guys are going to help me to decide whether they were necessary, whether they were an upgrade, and that's how the Haircut Upgrade Index works.
Okay.
Our first candidate is Jeremy Lin, a man who is one of the most famous haircut upgrade indexes of the year. He went from Standard Jeremy to Super Saiyan Jeremy over the offseason, and personally, I think it was an unnecessary move, but I think it's pretty cool. So I'll stick him about right here.
Yeah, I think definitely an upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're
I
saying
mean,
it's
he's
a
got
little
tall hair, so
unnecessary.
maybe it's a super upgrade.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
The other thing, though, is that he's not done growing his hair. This isn't the final product, so I feel like maybe once he finally gets to what he's trying to pull off, we'll move it over to the necessary. But for now, a little unnecessary. Moving on. Jared Sullinger rebuilt his body this year, also rebuilt his haircut. Add a little tuft on top and
Yeah.
a little color. Personally, I think this is very necessary because if you get a new body, you also need a new haircut. And I think it looks cool.
Do you speak from experience with that?
Well, I mean, I grew out a long beard,
Yeah.
but I have bad news, guys. I think we lost some stickiness.
Oh,
So it's a
down
downgrade.
goes Sullinger.
Sorry, Jared.
Live TV, who cares?
But you're feeling good anyways. We're gonna move on. Derek Williams this year added to the New York Knicks. Also grew his hair out a little bit longer, and he added the blonde tips, and I personally really like the blonde tips. You don't necessarily need them though, so I'm
You
kind of
would.
feeling the same about where Jeremy Lin was. It looks cool, and I feel like in a few years he's gonna look really like Brian Grant did towards the end of his
Yeah.
career. Very cool look.
Lee, did you ever have blonde tips?
I did actually, as it goes, yeah.
Yeah?
I looked a little better than Derek did, though.
sure you
So
did.
you say move it
Excuse
up?
me.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, yeah, upgrade it. It did wonders for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can tell. All right, Steven
Oh, you're
Adams.
picking up mad chicks, were you?
Mad.
Steven Adams, as we all know, took one of the most legendary Media Day pictures last year. Showed up this year, even hairier, looking like Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones. To me, this gets the highest possible rating.
Really?
Totally necessary, totally an upgrade. The guy looks incredible. You see him out there, he's got his tattoos. He just looks like a totally different player. Looks very cool.
Do you think
No
the facial
debate.
hair is, a part of what he gets for the hair upgrade, though?
Oh yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
kind of incidental to the whole look, but if you're gonna have long hair, you might as well have a long beard.
Okay.
That's
nice.
what I think, anyways. And moving on, George Hill, another famous haircut
Oh,
upgrade.
the Cisco.
The Cisco, again, totally unnecessary, but I would say a huge upgrade. We haven't seen the Cisco since the mid-90s, and I'm glad it's coming back.
Yeah, who was the last one? Jason Kidd?
Yeah.
Jason Kidd had a nice Cisco
Yeah, the
back in the
Cisco.
day. I don't know, pretty cool. He said he was gonna keep it for the entire year. He's gonna keep dyeing it, but as you can see, kind of growing in a little dark. He hasn't really touched it up. Hopefully, he goes back in.
All right, there it is.
Nice.
The Haircut Upgrade Index. Agree, disagree? Let us know on Twitter. Hashtag the starters with Trey's rankings. All right, guys. NBA vet Hedo Turkoglu, who spent 8 of his 15 years with the Magic, he retired. He officially announced his retirement late last week. 36-year-old forward. 10, 11-point averages, 4 rebounds, but he was so much more than just some numbers, which
He
is
meant
why
something to us.
you're right. Which is why we're counting down our favorite top 5 Hedo Turkoglu moments.
He had a Cisco moment. It didn't make our top 5.
Yeah, yes, he did.
This play is finger looking good. Lee, can you count these licks for me, please?
1, 2,
He came onto
Okay.
the court January 20, 2014.
3, 4.
I don't know if there's no moisturizer in the Clippers locker room,
5, 6,
but he needed to get moist in a bad
7,
way.
8.
He wouldn't stop.
9, 10,
This is legitimate. He checked on the floor. We're at 10 licks.
11, 12,
We're not done. Keep going, Hedo. Lick away.
Set a pick, then do a lick.
13, 14,
I think we
15,
missed. I think you
16,
missed something.
17, 18, 19, 20.
That's like a lick a second.
Here's why he's always licking his fingers. Pizza remnants left over. He loves his pizza. You can't forget this pizza commercial.
Hey, Kirk, Jay, are you watching that LA tape?
Yes, coach.
Are you studying their pick and roll action?
Yes, coach.
I hope you're focusing on your matchup.
Yes, coach.
Take flight with Sprite.
The man loved his pizza.
At number 3, one of the most well-known post-game interviews in NBA history. One word.
You came out tonight
Ball.
early, aggressive. What was different for you tonight in terms of just setting the tone with your game in this game?
Ball.
The ball in your hands, and you did a lot with it.
I got nothing else to say.
Don't have to say anything else. Not at all.
Nothing else to say. Okay, look, having some fun with the finger licking and the pizza and the quotes, but this guy could play.
Oh, yeah.
And
He could.
He had a little clutch gene to him.
Yeah, he did.
hit some big shots, especially in the 2008 and the 2009 season. This one from 08, January against the Celtics. That was the year that Boston went on to win the title. But I think 09, his best stretch there into the playoffs, a huge 3 against the Sixers.
That was a big shot. They were down 2-1.
Yeah, that's absolutely right in this series in round 1. And then, of course, into the Eastern Conference Finals. Who can forget Game 2 against the Cavs? A huge upset. When you look back at this, you know, he hits a big 3 to tie it up. He wasn't done. He had some pizza during the timeout and then hit a tough floater. He had some game.
He did, yeah. He destroyed the Raptors too in the first round of that series.
That's right.
That's why they signed him, baby. And at number 1, yes, we all remember this. Or
Yeah.
you probably don't. This was part of a 4-part video series that started because I look like the man, Hito Turkoglu. Second, because there were rumors when in Toronto, Hito missed a practice because he headed out on the town to enjoy himself. He liked to move, apparently.
Dance, man.
So we ran with it.
Look at these
or
moves.
Danced with it. Anytime you want to go out and retire in Hito, we can do it.
Holler.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you. We got four videos
We
out
got
of this.
4
Are we
videos.
going to get a fifth? That's or what?
Oh.
One more and out of
Here's
time.
hoping, Lee.
All right. Quick break coming up. When we return, Weekend Whoopsies. It was another great weekend of weird and wacky plays. Come on back. You're watching The Starters. We asked you to fill in the blank. Dirk and Kobe's buddy cop comedy should be called what? You let us know on Twitter. Hashtag Starters. Trey, you got a few more answers.
Yeah, I got a ton of great answers. This one comes from some guy named Brent Barry who says 21 jump shots.
Yes, that's good.
Whatever that guy is has a future. Jake says Sour and the Crowd.
Ah, nice.
I like it. And Addison says Dirk and Kobe's buddy cop comedy should be called Too Old for This Shot.
I see what you're
Well
doing
played.
there.
Very,
Well
very
played.
nice.
All right, it's a Monday staple here on the show. Let's get to Weekend Whoopsies.
LeBron James at the Garden, he was pumped for this one, so much so, he got up so high that he hit his elbow on the rim. He was that pumped. Look at this.
Whoa.
Too
Almost
old.
did his jaw on the rim as well.
Yeah, he's not athletic anymore.
Blood, no. All right, same game. Start of the third quarter. All right, here we go. Let's get the warm-ups off. Let's get back out there. One problem. Who has the ball? The referees, they couldn't find the ball. Everyone's just looking around. Yeah, Flalo's looking up in the
Not up
rafters.
there, man.
I doubt it's up there. Hey, you had it last, Mello.
It's in your moustache.
Yeah,
you say.
Melo's got it. Oh, there, we got it. We found it. Let's play. Good stuff. Thumbs up, too.
This play, a fantastic play for the Sixers. They hit a shot. No, that's not what's fantastic. Nick Stauskas, we can finally say that someone shot the lights out.
Yeah.
Oh! It finally makes sense. That saying finally makes sense.
Oh, that's where it comes from, huh?
Exactly, from this moment right here. Except that green light. That green light's still on as well.
Shout out to DreamerWorks on Twitter for pointing this one out. Check at the bottom of the screen here. Draymond Green and Hollis Jefferson holding hands after a made green 3 from the corner.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. It's sort of, it's like they're at a wedding dance party and they want to go under the tunnel there.
Last seconds of that game. This is unfortunate. Brooklyn tied with Golden State. Can they upset the champs? Yes. No! Brooke Lopez had the opportunity. Reminded me of Tim Duncan in the finals back there in 2013. That gimme.
Oh my God.
He's not going to fall short. It's not going to fall short, but it just went too long.
So this means the Warriors are going to go 82-0 now,
82.
right?
All right.
They're lucky. They're just lucky. All right, Saturday, Cleveland and the Bucks. Overtime. Keep an eye on LeBron James, who, after coming up with a block and then the ball, here we go. No! A timeout's been called, and he is not happy. Look at him.
Wasn't supposed to be called.
It was a wrongly called timeout, you're right, by Mark Davis. Wasn't called by the coach or the players on the floor, but it was called, and LeBron knew he had a fast break going the other way.
This is another unfortunate one for the Sixers here. Phil Pressey, uniform's looking good, but the floater, not.
The airballed floater.
Yeah. Oh, just short.
Need a little more oomph out there.
Dino arms on that one. Sunday. Raptors Kings. Cousins at the line. All right, he's going to try and knock down the free throw. And then we're going to get the old horn in to get some guys in. And
now George Karl takes
okay.
a timeout.
All right.
And
we got to take a timeout because the horn's broke.
Making sure that we
He's plugging his ears
Going
there.
to wake up the Sleep Train Arena, I think.
Someone unplug the horn.
Hey, you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Wow.
Keep going.
Grizzlies Wolves Sunday. 3 players fall in 7 seconds. Zach LaVine goes down first.
One.
Shabazz Muhammad up on the top of your
Oh.
screen, number 2, and then Tony Allen takes a tumble. 3 players, 7 seconds, and it's not like a car wreck. Everybody's sort of falling on each other. It's 3 separate incidents.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. All over the floor. It's a real Three Stooges situation.
And Tony Allen missed the layup, too. That's the best part of that.
Unfortunately, not surprising, Tony.
Yeah. All right, so there it is. Weekend whoopsies. Also, Tass, we had another wedgie.
Number 5 on the year, Greg Monroe, the gentle wedgie, the gentle love wedgie, can we call it, over
Nice.
Kevin Love.
That's a low rim wedgie, that one.
Yeah.
Stayed there.
All right.
Sitting low. That wedgie's sitting low.
We got 5 wedgies. All
Very
right.
nice.
We're going at a good pace, I think, this year for 50.
45 to go till that magical 50. All right, gotta take a break. When we come back, Lily's very solid play of the night and a whole lot more. You're watching the starters. Back with the starters, quick look at tonight's pick 'em play. Wow, a little surprised. We all like the Grizzlies at home, Thunder on the road. You can catch that one on League Pass. Tomorrow, yeah, we're looking ahead to tomorrow because we got some great games here on the network. Bucks Wizards, followed by the Raptors and Warriors. And that one's exciting because Trey Kirby off right now to catch a flight to the Bay Area.
I got a car. I got to get going.
All right.
All right, see you, man.
What, you're driving? You're driving there?
Yeah, that's why I got to leave.
Okay, get going. Let's go to Lee's very solid play of the night.
Down to the Fortress for a perfectly drawn-up play that is perfectly executed by the Atlanta Hawks. It's Millsap to Horford over in the corner for a 3. Was beautifully done, and that's what I call a very solid play.
All right. Back tomorrow. We'll talk to Trey from the Bay Area. Join us then. Stick around for game time following us right now.
Thank you for joining us, folks. And remember, natural is beautiful. Victoria recently let out her secret.
Brace the night, people.